He called me every Sunday for 11 years. I never picked up once. My name doesn't matter. What matters is this. I'm 84 years old, and 3 weeks ago, I buried the one person I spent my whole life being angry at. My father. I thought I had time. I thought forgiveness was something you could schedule, like a doctor's appointment you keep pushing to next month. If you're holding on to anger towards someone you love right now, I need 5 minutes of your time. Because I promise you, the ending of this story is not the one you want for yourself. My father wasn't a cruel man. He was worse. He was distant. He worked 6 days a week at a factory that no longer exists. He never hit us. He never raised his voice. He just wasn't there. Not really. I remember being 9 years old, waiting by the window for him to come to my school play. He didn't come. He said sorry. I said it was fine. It wasn't fine. It was never fine. I just didn't have the words for it yet. By the time I had the words, I had something else too. Pride. And pride is a much heavier thing to carry than words. At 22, I told him I was moving across the country for a job he thought was foolish. He said, "Do what you want. You always do." That sentence lived in my chest for 40 years. I told myself I was protecting myself by staying away. I told my wife, I told my children, I told anyone who asked, we're just different people. It sounded so reasonable, so mature, so final. What I didn't say, what I couldn't say, was that I was scared. Scared that if I got close again, I'd feel like that 9-year-old at the window all over again. He called every Sunday, rain or shine. 11 years after my mother passed, I'd see his name on the phone and I'd think, not today. Maybe next week I'll have the energy to talk to him properly. Next week became next month. Next month became next year. 2 years ago, my daughter told me, "Dad, Grandpa asked about you again. He said he's proud of you." I remember laughing, not because it was funny, but because I didn't know what to do with that sentence. Proud of me? After everything, I told myself, I'll call him this weekend. I'll finally say what needs to be said. I did not call him that weekend, or the one after. 3 weeks ago, my sister called at 6 a.m. I knew before she said a word he'd had a stroke 2 days earlier. He was already gone by the time I landed. I sat by his bed in a room that smelled like antiseptic and old paper. And I said everything I'd rehearsed in my head for 11 years to a man who could no longer hear me. I found his phone in a drawer at his house. My name was the most called contact. 11 years of Sunday calls, most of them unanswered. And he never once stopped trying. That's the part that breaks me. He never gave up on the relationship. I did. Every single Sunday, I did. I'm not telling you this so you feel sorry for me. I'm telling you this because somewhere out there, someone watching this video has a parent, a sibling, an old friend, someone they haven't called back in weeks, maybe years, and you're telling yourself the same lie I told myself. There's still time. There might not be. Forgiveness isn't about deciding the other person deserves it. It's about deciding you don't want to carry that weight into a room where they can no longer hear your apology. Pick up the phone today, not next weekend, not when you have the energy. Today, say the awkward thing, say the imperfect thing. A clumsy "I love you" said today is worth more than a perfect speech said at a funeral. If this reached you today, do one thing before you close this video. Call them. Or if you can't call, write it down and send it. Don't rehearse it into silence like I did. If you needed to hear this, let me know in the comments. Tell me who you're calling today. I read every single one, and if you know someone who's been carrying the same weight, send them this video. It might be the push they need before it's too late for them too. I'm grateful you spent these minutes with me. Subscribe if you want more of these conversations, the ones that matter, the ones we usually avoid. I'll see you in the next one.